Hello, EduMagicians. Welcome to the EduMagic podcast with your host, Dr. Sam Fecich. Dr. Sam is a professor of education, author of EduMagic, and a pumpkin spice latte fan. This podcast is designed for pre-service teachers. Remember, friends, teaching doesn't begin at graduation, but during that first class at 8 a.m. Let's get this party started.
I'm Anne, co-host of Transparency in Teaching, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Hey there, EduMagicians, and welcome back to another episode of the EduMagic Podcast. Today you are in for a treat. I have coming up on this episode the official launch video from my new book that I co-authored with Dr. Matt Woods from EduMatch. It's called Digital PD for Educators. I know you're going to love it. Grab your copy over on Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble. Grab a copy and enjoy it. This book is going to help you learn how to get connected on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Yeah, we talk about Facebook too, and other digital learning platforms. So you can take the power of being a professional educator into your own hands. Get PD at your own time, at your own pace, in ways that work for you. All right, friends, without further ado, a little bit about our book, Digital PD for Educators. Remember, you can grab it over on Amazon. So as soon as you listen to this episode, go ahead and grab your copy today. Enjoy.
It's EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch.
Hello, everybody. What is up? Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to EduMatch. So tonight we have a super dynamic duo who is here today to talk to us about their latest book, which is out today. So check it out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, EduMatch Publishing, all of the places. But we have here today Dr. Matthew Woods and Dr. Samantha Fecich, who are the authors of Digital PD for Educators. So welcome, y'all. Hello.
Hey, great to have you here.
Yay,
hey, great
awesome.
to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here, y'all. And thank you so much for all of your great work. So super excited to introduce our EduMatch fam to your book and to you all if they don't already know you, but they probably do. But if they don't, if you could please introduce yourselves.
Sure, I'll jump on. So my name is Dr. Sam Fecich, and I'm an associate professor of education at Grove City College. I'm also the author of a few books from EduMatch for new and future teachers. And I'm also a podcast host of EduMagic podcast and a mom, as you can tell from the background.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. I love raising up those new teachers.
Excellent. Well, we are so excited to have you back, Dr. Sam. So thank you for introducing yourself. And Dr. Matthew, if you could please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Matthew Woods. I am an educational administrator in Southwest Virginia. I'm also an adjunct college professor. I've authored a children's book series, I Want to Be. I think we got 7 in the series so far. And I also have my own podcast, Leading Out the Woods.
Absolutely. And please subscribe to both of their podcasts. I'm a longtime subscriber, and their shows are fire. So definitely subscribe to their shows as well. But let's get back to the book. What was the inspiration behind writing Digital PD for Educators?
So Matt, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one because this is your passion project.
Gotcha. No, so I appreciate it. I had this crazy idea, I guess that like anything, right? And I thought about a lot of the different conversations that I have with pre-service educators, in-service educators, teachers, administrators, et cetera. And I think a lot of folks are grappling with this whole idea of this digital space that we're in. And I think we all know, obviously, we've been in a digital space for a while, but when COVID hit us, it forced everybody to get very comfortable or or maybe uncomfortable with all of this technology that's available to us, right? So I need, educators across the country, across the world, really got really savvy in how they implemented a lot of instruction, for example, virtually. But one of the things that stuck out like a sore thumb, and I had to reach out to my colleague Samantha on it, was how many folks weren't really using the opportunity or really had the tools to look at how they could actually use this digital space to increase their capacity for professional development. And you start thinking about a lot of the different platforms out there, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, et cetera. And you just think about how folks are connected, but then do you actually have the proper skill set to know how to leverage it and to know what to look for? So that's really how the thoughts and the conversation started. And I reached out to Samantha. I shared with her because she's very passionate about the work that she does. And she has a very interesting lens because of a lot of the amazing work that she does with pre-service teachers. So we really combined it together, and voila, we came to this amazing book.
Yeah, I working with future teachers, this is definitely an area where we encourage them to reach out, build a PLN, their professional learning family, like you refer to it, Sarah, and that lovely ISTE TED Talk, right? I still show that to my students every semester, and we talk about the professional learning family and how they can leverage it not only in their college career, but also maybe to land that first job. So it's really important that they get these skills, these connections, and share these ideas, because even as future teachers, they have stuff to share. They have ideas, they have experience, they have resources that veteran educators want to learn too. So they have a voice in this as well.
Yes, absolutely. These are fantastic points that y'all are making. We all need to get comfortable in this space, and the sooner the better. But if you couldn't do it before you started, then no time like the present to get started. So
Amen.
Absolutely. Yes. Love that. Love that. So y'all kind of touched upon this, but why was writing this book important to you?
So it gives educators or readers a tangible resource that they can read the content and then implement right away. We designed it as, like Matt said, a workbook or a processing guide where they can read through why is having social media important? Why should I even care about this? And what are some ways I can implement it? What are some ways I can get started? It's very, very practical and tangible.
And to piggyback off that, I think about myself back in the day when I was in the classroom. And I remember at the time when I was in the classroom, our district was dibbling dabbling in that space of bring your own device and what that looked like, right? And I remember folks were excited about it, but then they were scared, right? Because it was like, how do you want us to use a cell phone in our instruction? What QR code? Why would I craft a QR code for a kid to go search something, right? And I remember my wins in it. When I figured out, hey, a QR code can get a kid to a link like this instead of them typing in a hyperlink. Oh, wow, look at how much instructional time I saved. But then I can remember the times where I didn't plan correctly, or I really didn't know what I was doing. And it kind of, got me frustrated like the students. So I always thought about, and while we were writing it, it made me kind of go back to that mindset and think about, like Sam said, we wanted to have this guide where it's not only folks are reading the content, but they can actually apply it. And then we give examples and examples that are really, I would say, like if we think about standards-based instruction, right? We're giving you that bare minimum that if you can tackle this, you could start accelerating your instruction much further. If you can understand, hey, I can leverage a podcast like this, like I can actually use a podcast for professional development. So we all don't have to meet after school. We can listen to this PD, and then we can follow up on a Google Doc about it later. Oh, wow. So now I don't have to worry about picking my kid up after school. Now I don't have to change all these plans. Now I'm building capacity for myself and my colleagues, because now we're saving time. It's just little tips and tricks like that we tried to put on there and give folks a roadmap for.
I absolutely love that. Like, y'all are meeting people in so many different places. And I love the fact that it's a workbook, it's interactive. Folks can, write in it, they can take notes, they can plan their journeys, things like that. So kudos to you all. It's very engaging. I really, really enjoyed reading through it and just being with you all along this process. So who is the audience for Digital PD for Educators?
Sarah, this is a great question because we actually went back and forth on this one when we were writing the book. And at first it was new teachers. And they were like, oh, no. It's for all teachers. So I would definitely say from pre-service all the way through veteran educator, you're going to find something in this book that is going to reach your teaching heart and something you can implement and learn from. Because remember, as teachers, one of the greatest things we get to do is to keep learning and growing. And you can do that through this book. You can take bits and pieces and implement it right away. You can also start, if you're comfortable in Instagram or if you're comfortable in Twitter and you're like, oh, I want to try Instagram, or, oh, I haven't thought about Pinterest. You can dabble in those areas as well throughout this book. So I think you're going to find a little bit of something for everyone, no matter where you are in your educational journey.
Yes. Like Sam said, I mean, we started initially like this is just pre-service teachers. And then we were like, well, wait, we've got folks who are already in the field a year, several years, seasoned folks, right, later in their careers that are interested in this stuff and they understand they have to do it, but they don't really have a guide per se. So it opened up to all arenas, but then it also then started speaking to a variety of stakeholders. Like I know Sam knows we shared several copies out with different folks that we know, amazing colleagues, to get their input. And it was amazing to me hearing some of the other applications for it that we didn't anticipate, where I know of an administrator who said, Matt, I want to get these and I actually want to hand these out on the first day, because I'm going to leverage it from the standpoint of look how much time we're going to save if we apply some of these skill sets. And I didn't even think about like from an admin standpoint, it's like the buy-in that he's going to use it for is to look how much time you're going to save doing it. I could think of other folks who looked at it and they said, this is the type of resource I needed to make me feel comfortable, like Sam's saying, starting looking on Twitter for things, looking up these hashtags, being comfortable making these connections in a very safe environment, right? Because we just don't want folks going out there doing Lord knows what. You sometimes have to give folks a roadmap. So I think, like Sam said, it's amazing some of the feedback we've already gotten, and I'm just excited that so many folks are going to be able to use this and leverage their capacity.
Absolutely. So it's a little something for everybody. I absolutely love that. And, y'all are meeting folks again where they are, and helping them branch out to get to other areas. So this is fantastic. And for the example that you mentioned with the principal who's handing it out to staff on the first day, then just wanted to put out there for anybody who's interested in buying in bulk, you can get 10 plus copies. If you get 10 plus copies, then you're eligible for a 20% discount. So you could email the address that's scrolling across the bottom, edumatchbooks@edumatchers.org, or go to bit.ly/edumatchbook. And then you can also fill out that form and just request your copies there, and we'll get you all taken care of and all that good stuff. All right, so enough about that. Let's go to our final question. What other resources do you all suggest for readers, and how can they get in contact with you all?
Yeah, so there's so many resources out there. I definitely recommend checking out the catalog that EduMatch has to offer for future new and beginning teachers. There's so many resources out there in the EduMatch catalog alone. Podcasts for sure. Education Podcast Network has a variety, and I mean variety of podcasts for pre-service all the way through tech coaches, music teachers, elementary teachers. So there's something for everybody in the podcast network as well that you can find. And Matt and I are both on that podcast network too. So you can check out our work there. For me specifically, you can check out my work at sfessich.com. So you can find my website, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the platforms that we talk about. We have accounts there, and we're very active on social media to meet the educators where they are and to build them up and support them in an encouraging space.
Sarah, you can, I guess, see how me and Sam, while we click so much, she pretty much shared everything that I was about to share. So I'm not even going to pretend there was anything else. She literally, I'm looking down like she just read the things that I had jotted down.
Great minds.
Yeah. But I would just say, yeah, like definitely those resources. And I think too, even just not in relation to our book and our work, but like Sam said, reaching out to those folks that you look up to, that you hear that are doing great work, even if you just like follow them, right? Or you follow their accounts or connect with them, you're by virtue just going to soak up a lot of that knowledge and those nuggets just by seeing like the things they post, following the same hashtags, anything like that, because you'll be able to pick up different things that then you can start diving into based on your interests or based on the needs that you have.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is great. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you for putting this resource out there that so many people can learn and grow from. Super excited. And for everybody who's watching right now, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Barnes & Noble. You can find it in a bunch of different places. And don't forget about our website, edumatchpublishing.com. And you can also get it in bulk for book studies, things of that nature, so that you all can all level up together as a staff. So just contact us, EduMatchBooks at edumatchers.org or bit.ly/EduMatchBulk. So just wanted to throw it back to y'all, just in case you had anything else that you wanted to say to our audience right now. And just throwing it right back to y'all.
Sure. So whenever it comes to diving into social media, it's okay to be a little tentative and take small steps towards your goal. Don't feel like you have to have accounts on every single social media platform. That's a little cray-cray. So I would recommend starting small and making small goals that you want to accomplish through social media. Maybe it's following a few people. Maybe it's liking a few posts. Then it's resharing. Or maybe it's sharing out something you tried in your classroom. So take those small steps to be successful.
Definitely. I will just say, as you're diving into the book and resource, Sam and I, we've both been in your shoes, folks. So we would love to connect with you all and help. You can find our contact information in the book. You can reach out to both of us. We're both active on social media. And yeah, we can definitely reach out to you, help structure some PD, whatever you need to be successful. Sam and I are glad to help you.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for your work. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. So check out this awesome book. It's available today. #DigitalPD for Educators by Dr. Matthew Woods and Dr. Sam Fessich. And you can find it in all of the places mentioned and all of the places scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So join us next time for the next EduMatch launch. And we can't wait to see you there. So everybody have a wonderful evening and thanks for tuning in. All right. Bye, everyone.
It's EduMatch. EduMatch. It's EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch.
And there you have it, EduMagicians. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. For more EduMagic, check out sfessich.com and follow Dr. Sam on Twitter and Instagram at sfessich. Until next time, you have the EduMagic within you.